Okay guys, so of course, I've got a ton of energy. I'm super excited. I want to talk about Candida today. I want to talk about the nether region here, because this is where it all starts, right? This is the center. This is the beginning of our evolution of self. This is the center of our universe, and we don't take care of it at all. Everybody thinks that they could just take some vitamins and go to the gym and like that'll make me healthy, right? And I'm like, no. So if the wildlife, if the bacteria in this area is not balanced, then you're not. End of story. I don't care how cool you think you are. I don't care how much money you have in your wallet. If this shite is messed up, you are messed up and your value has decreased exponentially. And we need to learn. And these elixirs and pills and, these short-term remedies like, I want to get rid of my cellulite, so I'll do this. Or I want to get rid of the fat, so I'll do that. But we don't actually think that you can fix that on your own. And the reason why when you go to your doctor and they don't know, or they don't give you a true natural remedy for anything, is because they don't know how to. So, not that I have the answer, but I'm learning through you guys. It's very interesting and fascinating, this whole Candida thing, or your gut. Yes, our immune system can be regulated by other things, like the brain and the gut communication, or red or white blood cells. But really, it's here. And everything that you guys stick in your mouth does a job to your body, either good or bad. And I mean everything. So it's very fascinating that people constantly are like, can I eat this? Can I do that? Why can't I eat this? And now, as time goes by, I have a solid fundamental understanding that everything is here. So when you're going online and you're looking for the keto recipes, garbage, there is no keto book that I will ever recommend, because all of it is junk. Because you've got to go deep into the body and understand what kind of dysbiosis you have, or any type of imbalance. Because if you've got fire over here and this food group works for this person, but it doesn't agree with you, it's a bomb ready to explode in your body. Which is why when I first started doing supplement videos at the stores, I was like so excited. I was like, oh my God, check this out, this. Now I'm very careful, because I know that you guys are looking for the quick fix, because nobody feels good anymore. They don't. And so instead of really like fixing the inside of the body or how we feel, we become obsessed with the outside, right? We become obsessed with the outside. Now, true health is an indication of outside health. If you're healthy deep inside, you're going to be healthy deep outside. But we don't even have the eyes anymore for what's healthy. We can run down to the plastic surgeons, have them tweak with our bodies, or take drugs, or we could take a we could take exogenous sources, and all of a sudden, nobody knows what a real human body looks like anymore. That's the problem. So, yeah, talking about Candida is not sexy to society. It's not sexy. It's actually the subject everybody's afraid to talk about. So I did a Periscope on it, and people were like, well, what are the symptoms? And I'm like, I literally was like an itchy butt. And then this woman emails me. She goes, I didn't want to say it, but I got an itchy butt. Like, yeah, that's a systemic overgrowth. It's not just a yeast infection that women get. It can be a white tongue, where you have thrush on the tongue. It can be anywhere. Guys get around their nuts. You can get it between your fingers, your toes, your nails. Dandruff. You can have rashes and eczema. You don't know what it is. Something that looks like acne, but it's really fungus. Because fungus mutates. It's dimorphic. It can mutate into like that gremlin that instead of helping you, and is so friendly, like that friendly yeast, that microbiome that we need to boost our immune system, it literally starts digging holes in your cells and causing havoc. So what would be like the symptoms besides an itchy butt and vagina? You know, like I said, it can be something that looks like acne. It can be dandruff. It can be white-coated tongue. It can be smelly bits. It can be around your toes, and it can be just rashes on your skin that are unexplainable. Oh, I eat this food and I break out in a rash, and you have no idea that it's just actually Candida. The hidden things are like feeling tired, moody, depressed, foggy brain, getting colds and flus all the time. Like, it just literally, that fungus just destroys cells. So, bloated, gassy, how could I forget? People who've got this constant bloat, and they're like, oh, I get bloated around my menstrual cycle, which of course is the fungal overgrowth, you know, kind of grows exponentially around your menstrual cycle. Also, I'm trying to think of all the other symptoms, the digestive issues that people have when they eat certain foods, and they feel so incredibly bloated, and they're like, oh, I don't do salt very well, when they don't realize it could be just the Candida. So let's break down how this happens. So if you've ever taken antibiotics, one pill, a half a pill, a quarter of a pill in your lifetime, that's all it takes is one to destroy the happy flora, right? The flora, the happy, because I'm happy. Yes, just one little quarter of a pill. We don't know how to repopulate the gut. So we exacerbate the problem. We just put like gasoline on the freaking Candida fire. And how do we do that? We do that by eating processed carbohydrates times a gazillion. Like I always say, 5 grams, 1 teaspoon is what we can handle in one feeding, one meal. So we're just dumping all these carbohydrates into the body, which fungus loves sugar. So does cancer cells, right? Interesting. The lactose in milk that you wouldn't think about. Fructose. Ooh, it loves to munch on that. Vinegar, white wine, alcohol, caffeine, any mold in your bathroom, on the tea bags, on your chocolate, on your like, oh my God, so like antioxidant raw cacao, on your peanut butter, your nut butters, all your nuts. You have mycotoxins. Like I said, that caffeine, and that drills holes in your cells and destroys your immune function. Pepto-Bismol, Tums, which they say is so high in calcium. Birth control pills. I know, right? Really? Really? I'm sure lotions and chemicals and all these things can also disrupt the flora in your gut. Our water source with the fluoride destroys gut health. There are so many things. Not eating enough protein destroys gut health. Because if you don't eat enough protein, then the body's like, well, if you ain't gonna eat no meat, why am I gonna develop the enzymes and the peptides and the caloric acids to break down proteins? That shite's expensive to make, so I'll just dump it. And once those stomach acid levels drop, which, you know, people keep getting confused that they think they have high stomach acid when they have low. It's the body trying to overcompensate to get the levels back up so you can actually digest your food, right? The alkaline water will help with the Candida because we need an acidic stomach. We don't want an alkaline stomach. You guys don't get it twisted. We still have semi-acidic and alkaline parts to our bodies that we need. We need that nice level of HCl levels in our stomach. These are some of the things that we don't consider, which is why we have pathogens and bacteria grow out of control. I know! Medications, proton pumps, alcohol, caffeine, tea bags, nuts, vinegar, look at all the these products with vinegar. Your diet sodas, the aspartame, like I don't know how many things make that candida grow out of control. And then you guys are like bloated, and you've got gut dysbiosis, and you're like, I got leaky gut. And yes, wheat does that. Wheat and dairy, wheat, dairy, and then we wouldn't consider things like a proton pump or an acid reducer, or you guys are starting to take the sodium bicarbonate because you're trying to make your body alkaline. No, people, juicing your veggies or fruit can raise your candida levels because of all that sugar and it's feeding on it. Not eating enough cruciferous vegetables with enough prebiotic fibers. So if you do, taking the wrong probiotic can make candida grow out of control. So the inverse of all that is a ketogenic diet is great, or a low carb, high fat diet, which is not a ketogenic diet. It's still carb dependent, but very low glucose in the bloodstream because candida loves sugar. What else? What else is something to consider? You want to start with a low culture count probiotic. Low, because you want to make sure that you're not putting seeds, which is probiotic, on top of weeds, which is the fungal overgrowth. You've got to kind of clear out some of the weeds before you plant the seeds, or else that fungus can continue to grow. Birth control pills are a nightmare on 20 different levels. I need to do another separate video on it, but they make that candida grow, which is the fungal overgrowth, which damages cells and gives you leaky gut symptoms, histamine intolerance. Now you develop food allergies and sensitivities, and amalgam fillings, guys. You wouldn't think that your mercury fillings would give you candida and make you nuts and make you bipolar, but they do. Beyond the heavy metal toxicity, it raises your fungal overgrowth. Makes you moody, depressed, annoyed, ADD, total brain fog, can't remember stuff, PMSE, like itchiness, like bad, poor skin quality. A lot of you guys go on a ketogenic protocol and then you cut out the carbs and all of a sudden you have this like terrible rash, and people send me pictures all day long. All day, every day, I get the pictures. And they've got rash here and rash on their arms. And I'm like, that's the candida dying when it doesn't have a fuel source to feed on. Contrary to these stupid articles that people keep sending me saying that ketones make candida grow more. Not true. Don't believe the hype. What are some solutions? Well, oregano oil can be great, but that's strong. It's concentrated oregano, but it's great. It kills these microbes. Coconut oil is antimicrobial, but be careful with oregano oil, because if you've got any issue with herbs or plant chemicals, if you have histamine intolerance so bad it can actually have a negative response and make you feel sick. So you gotta test it first before you try it. These natural remedies, you can't just like take it. Grapeseed extract is really great. I've heard concentrated sage and lemon balm, but you have to be careful, guys. You can't just take these things, because what if you have an off reaction to it? You want to get your HCG levels back up. So would betaine or betaine be the solution? Potentially, to help raise stomach acid, encourage those levels. Apple cider vinegar. Yes, people go, can I take apple cider vinegar? And I'm like, yeah, it's just not, red wine or white or rice vinegar. None of that stuff. Just like not, because that'll raise your albicans, your candida. What about people stool. People come constipated as well. So you have these leaky gut symptoms, and that can actually irritate the thyroid. So indirectly, the candida can mess with your thyroid. It can mess with everything, essentially, because you're so tired, and this puts more pressure on the adrenals to pump out adrenaline. So it's all connected. So just something as simple as candida, we got to look out for, and it's all connected. I mean, we get holes in our stomach, we get holes in our colon. We're D deficient, B complex deficient, zinc deficient. We're mineral deficient because we have holes in our gut lining. We have these tight junctions, and then those begin to open, and that creates a whole host of health issues. So when you guys are walking around headachy, moody, tired, can't keto adapt, cellulite, low testosterone, can't sleep at night, wake up 1,000 times, tired in the morning, wired at night, like all of these things are right here. And this is the candida. And you guys need to learn about it. You need to learn what raises the candida.